She's a
bad thing, fine as hell, thick as oh my god, that's my baby.
Top of the morning to you, Dank homies. My name's Jacksepticmeme and welcome to my pawn shop. Now, of course, today we're going to be talking about Khora, and let me tell you guys something first. I am so happy to be back. I'm fully back. I'm going to be uploading probably every other day. That's what I'm going to try to do. But I have finally moved. I'm finally stable. Thanks to you guys. If you guys weren't there, I'd be in a very, very bad situation right now. But thankfully, I am safe. I am warm. I am in Georgia. I am finally moved and all this crazy stuff is done and I can be back. I can be the MemeSageZ and I'll go right back to making those Warframe videos that you guys know and love. Now without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, people have been saying that Khora is a absolute abysmal trash, useless Warframe, but I'm here to tell you guys, no, that is not the case. She is a great support paladin type Warframe. She kind of reminds me of Brigitte from Warframe. I know some of you guys are like, what? Did this guy just say that? No, listen to this. Let me support my case. But first, let's get right into her abilities. Now, Khora's first ability is called Whip Claw. What this ability does is you will spawn a whip and you will just beat the enemy with it. Just beat the enemy with it. That's really it. It will use the mods from your melee weapon and it will deal damage to enemies. It will primarily proc slash because it does have mostly slash damage, but it will proc other things that you mod it to proc with, like so. Khora's next ability is called Ensnare. What this ability does is you cast it on one enemy, and the enemies that are surrounding the main enemy that has these circly metal chains around it, these enemies will come close to that one. And now enemies that are connected to this enemy and all those enemies all together, they will take 2 times more damage from Whip Claw. Khora's third ability is called Venari. Now, Venari is not just an ability, Venari is an entire pet, like the whole package. This is a whole cavat right here. If you press it and there is no cavat, then you will spawn the cavat itself. And there it is, you can see the health down there in the bottom right corner of my screen. And now Venari has 3 modes. She has the attack mode, the protect mode, and the healing mode. Now the attack mode, if you hold down the button, she starts flipping out and doing all that. What she'll do is she'll actually stun enemies in chains, and she'll attack and proc slash on them and do all that craziness, which looks pretty dang awesome. Now if you go into the protect mode, what she will do is she will disarm enemies like that, make them fall down, and now it's a melee enemy there. And then last but not least, let me kill this dude here. Last but not least, we have the healing mode, and now when she is in healing mode and she casts her ability, back there. After she casts her ability, then for the remainder of time that she is alive, or as long as you have her in this mode, then allies that are near her will be getting healed by a certain amount per second. As you see, she died there, and now she will automatically respawn in 45 seconds. But I can spend 50 energy to make her spawn again, just like that. And she'll be spawned in healing mode, and I'll basically never die because she has a lot of healing, like a lot of healing. But we'll get into that later. And last but not least, we have, I can't say the name of the ability because I will get demonetized if I say it, but I will say Dome. We have Dome, and when you cast Dome, this happens. Enemies will be linked to the corners of the dome, not the full name of that, just dome. And when they're linked, all enemies that are connected to this, if you use Whip Claw on one of them, it will affect all of them. So you see that they all got damaged there, and they will all have their own crit value, their own status proc on them. So it's like as if you did it a bunch of times on all of them. Now here goes my build for Khora. This is my main build for Khora. I call it the Brigitte build because she really is a paladin, and I'll show you guys in just a little bit. But first we have Cunning Drift. This is really important. That little bit of extra ability range is really important. It really does make a difference. We have Stretch for more ability range. We have Prime Continuity for ability duration to balance out the difference between transient fortitudes, negative duration. We have Rush just because, you know, it works. You know, go faster, get more kills, you know, it's always good. We don't have Max Intensify on here because I needed more Forma, and if I just put on another Forma, then I can go to the next rank Intensify. I have Gladiator Resolve. You don't have to have a full-blown vitality because the amount of healing that she outputs is actually pretty insane. But if you don't have Gladiator Resolve, you could always go with the vitality. We have Prime Flow for extra energy, and we have Streamline for just some extra ability efficiency. Now as for my arcanes, I'm running a rank 1 Arcane Energize. Meh, not that important. If you have it, use it. If you don't have it, don't use it. Use really whatever you want in that slot. And we have an Arcane Victory. Arcanes are really just personal preference, but I really like Arcane Victory. My Arcane Victory is rank 3, and what it will do is it will give you an 8% chance for 2% health regen upon headshots for 8 seconds, and it stacks on top of itself. And it doesn't matter if it's a headshot with a gun or with a melee weapon or with mag bubble, like as long as it's a headshot, you get healing for that, and it's too awesome to pass up. Now not only can you put mods on Khora, but you can also put mods on her Kvat. Her Kvat doesn't just take the mods from whatever Kvat you already have equipped, you put the mods on the Kvat directly. So here you click on upgrade, and these are the mods that I have set for her. These are kind of all the ones that you really need. I have Maul. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I have Maul because of obvious reasons, so that it does more damage. I have Pack Leader. Pack Leader is very important because Khora is a melee Warframe. If you're using Khora, you should be using melee. But if you are using melee, then you need this mod so that you can heal your pet as you do damage. And then we also have Sharpened Claws, causing Venari to strip armor away from any enemy she attacks. So why do I say that this Warframe is a paladin? Well, for one, the amount of healing output this Warframe can do is insane. So currently I'm having 170% power strength. And look at this, I'm going to damage myself here, and you can see how much regen I have right now because of the rejuvenation. But if I change the mode of Venari to healing mode, look how fast that healing becomes. Look how fast that is. And like she'll detect like if anyone is in need of healing. And guess what? That's not costing any energy. It doesn't cost any energy. Look at that. She'll just keep on healing until the nearby allies are at the health that they need to be at. So when picking your melee weapon, you really need to focus on the damage block value. Weapons like staves, polearms, heavy weapons, rapiers, and even sword and shield type weapons have really high damage block values. That way you can really help keep yourself alive, and as long as you're alive, you can keep your team alive. Now also, when picking your melee weapon, pick something that you can use to damage an enemy quickly and effectively. That way you can keep your Venari alive with the Pack Leader mod equipped on your Venari, because hitting something like one time is going to bring her right back to full health, and keeping her alive keeps you alive, keeping you alive keeps her alive, and keeping both of you alive keeps the whole team alive. So now you got the healing and now you got the melee weapon. How do we actually become effective in the mission? Well, it's simple. Khora has offensive CC and defensive CC, which is her second ability is her offensive CC, and her fourth ability is her defensive CC or crowd control. So I'm just going to demonstrate that for you right here. So you go in and you have to really have good judgment as to which one to pick. Which one are you going to pick? The defensive CC or the offensive CC? I see here was a good opportunity to use defensive CC because of how the map layout is. There's another good opportunity. You can see that I'm turning invisible because of the other pet that I have equipped, because that one turns me invisible. Oh, now I need to actually switch to healing mode so that my Kvet can permanently keep me alive. There goes that healing. Offensive moment. Notice I'm holding my block button up to prevent any too serious oncoming damage. You see, it's like doing nothing to me. Oh. And there we go. And for those of you who are curious about my build for my whale dong, it is French, it's pronounced Waldong, and here it is. This is my build. Nothing too special, it's just a Zaw polearm, infested Zaw polearm. I have a Zodiac Epidemic rank 2 on here because I do not have the time to find 1,000 Cetus Wisps to get rank 3, but yeah, this is the build right here. Copy it here if you want. Now while I close up this video and give you my final thoughts, I'm going to have some gameplay in the background of me using Khora in the Sanctuary Onslaught. We reached around wave 11, and the main problem that I found with Khora in the Sanctuary Onslaught on the hardest mode is energy upkeep. So the best way for me to combat that is by going with Zeneric as my focus school, so that I could constantly regen my energy, and that way I can constantly keep the enemies in check. And your main focus shouldn't be killing as many enemies as you can. You should leave that to your teammates. Instead, your main focus should be keeping the enemies under control. Using your 4th ability, always keep 2 domes out at all times in 2 different areas, so you can keep enemies in their place as they need to be. And for other straggler enemies that are coming in or about to get onto where you guys are, use your 2nd ability to keep them all under control in one single area. And also, I'd like to give a big shout out to my friend LVEX. He makes some of the most amazing tracks, most amazing music, the most amazing remixes that you can ever find on the internet. So you guys should definitely go down in the description and find a link to his SoundCloud if you guys want to check out more of his music. He's actually the guy who made the songs that were played in the first few bits of this video. It's about the first 3 songs of this video, and definitely go and check him out and let him know that I sent you. But that's gonna be it for today's video, and if you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead and leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to become a part of the Dank family, then go ahead and do so, and I will see you guys later. Peace.
Don't change, don't change, even though life ain't the same. They say don't change, don't change, don't change, life gon' make it happen anyway. And I say don't change, don't change, don't change, even though life ain't the same. They say don't change, don't change, don't change.